Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody is having a fantastic day. Criv here with Criv Gaming, and welcome back to Crivcast, a Pokemon podcast. Tonight, we have an awesome returning guest with us, but before we get to them, we are going to go ahead and get to a little bit of Tell Me Something Good.
Tell me something good.
Okay, well, in today's Tell Me Something Good, first off, I want to give a massive shout out to Blake. Congratulations on the birth of your daughter. That's amazing. Glad to hear that mom's doing well. Glad to hear that the baby is doing well and the older siblings are loving on their new baby sister. So congratulations there. Also want to give a couple shout outs here to some of our new affiliate friends. First off, congratulations Agent Nova, as well as Marilyn Gamer, as well as Steinman. So welcome to the affiliate club. We're excited to have you and keep killing it as we go on Twitch. But that is what we have in today's Tell Me Something Good.
Tell me something good.
With some awkward dance moves in there, of course. Okay, so without further ado, we are going to go ahead and swing into our guest segment here. We're going to reintroduce our guest. This is somebody who has joined us, actually, I think in the last Crivcast that we actually did. So, without further ado, I would like to welcome back the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, the OrangeCoconutt. And of course, it's not the OrangeCoconutt, it is just OrangeCoconutt. I didn't want people to get confused on his actual name. But,
fair enough.
Orange, welcome back. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great. I'm living.
You're living? Okay.
I'm living.
Very good, very good. How's streaming been going since the last time we had you on here? Everything been going well? What have you... Actually, no, tell us. There's something you need to tell us about. You recently did a run here, blind, and this was before the last podcast. So... how did it go? What was your experience, and why did you do it? Give me the breakdown on that.
Okay, so for celebrating 150 followers, I did a blind Ruby randomizer run, Pokemon Ruby. So only Twitch chat, I was only able to see Twitch chat and use sound cues to try to guide my way through the game as celebration of the 150 followers to kind of give, the chat incentive to help me along. And it went terrible.
Okay. Okay.
It didn't go too terrible. I honestly kind of estimated, maybe I'll make it to the second gym or something like that. And I did make it to the second gym, surprisingly. But the game being randomized and the game being blind, you don't know how lovely it is to look at the game after you can't see it for, I think we streamed for like 6 hours on that Saturday.
I was only there for part of it. That's insane.
It was kind of tiring, and I have channel point redemptions in there to kind of mix it up so people could help me, people could deter me. I take my headphones off if they donated some or put in so many. I would look at the screen for a minute if they did the same amount. And those minutes, oh man, they made me so excited. I was like, okay, I'm gonna attach this item. Okay, cool.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it was incredible. It was I might return to it one day, but I like looking at the game I'm playing.
It sounds like the epitome of chaos. And again, us as Twitch streamers too, we talk about what's going on in the game. That's what we do while we're playing. We're essentially narrating what we are playing. Now, expect to be having to narrate a, sheet, I think is what you put over, or a blanket or something like that?
Yep, all I could see was the Twitch chat here and a blanket or a towel over here.
You're insane.
And
I thought it was amazing, and I loved the parts that I got to watch, but
you have to have a great memory for the game that you're playing, otherwise you are completely lost. The only reason I got that far was because I played Ruby for several hours as a kid.
I got you. That makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense. Very good. Well, honestly, if you guys have not had a chance yet to go check out OrangeCoconutt, again, his link is in below for social media, as well as for Twitch, because that's what we do. We're Twitch streamers. But today's segment is actually going to be about... evil teams in the games. We're going to be ranking them based off of obscure reasoning for why we're putting these teams, ranking them 1 through 7. Now, before this, we did not even discuss what system we were going to be ranking them off of. So this is going to be hectic. It might not make a ton of sense, but we both have some very strong reasonings for why we are ranking the teams where they are at. I am very adamant and very passionate about why the teams at the bottom of my list are at the bottom of my list, because I hate them. And when you see our lists, you will know that we clearly are on very different pages, which is great. some chaos. Clearly, Orange, you love the chaos in your stream, so why not bring it a little bit to Crivcast?
Absolutely. I mean, you can't have a podcast with two similar opinions. That's
exactly.
Not a podcast.
That'd
You're not talking about anything.
That'd be horrendous. But before we do that, as always, friends, we got to talk about a little bit of Pokemon in the news. Okay, so we have two topics we're going to talk about today. First off, many of y'all know that we open Pokemon cards here on the channel. Well, there was a brand new set that was recently released called Battle Styles. Now, previously, Orange, I know you used to collect Pokemon cards, and I think we talked about this actually last time we had you. But Pokemon cards as a whole, everybody knows it's sweeping the nation right now. People are standing in line for them. I can tell you right now, I have an app that I follow that tells me when stuff drops, like on Target, and you literally have 30 seconds from that alert to buy something or it runs out. I have gotten actually a good bit of product because I'm fast and have everything saved, but it is a nightmare. So Battle Styles has come out. We're going to be opening some of those up later on the stream. We're getting a booster box and some other things there, but I can confirm these stores are still sold out of cards. I've been to so many damn Targets and so many Walmarts in the last 2 weeks. I don't want to see the inside of another one, and so I'm done seeing the inside of those. But so if you didn't know about that, Battle Styles is coming through. Orange, I'm going to be honest, I know we didn't talk about this one in advance, so I know you don't have many thoughts there. We didn't really talk about either of these well in advance, but the second piece of news today is going to be that there is a new species of bug that is named after the legendary birds. Now, it is Binburum, Moltres, Articuno, and Zapdos. How do you feel about this? Pokemon actually getting into the scientific world a little bit. What are your thoughts?
I mean, they have been in the scientific world before, I believe, because I believe they named a chemical or like
You're right.
Something after a Pikachu at one point. Yep. Everybody was like crazy about this. This was like 5 years ago at this
You're
point.
Right.
But
you're right.
I mean, I kind of skimmed the article briefly, and they did name these beetles after these Pokemon because they needed them to be classified as something completely different than anything else they've ever done before. So honestly, it's a great reasoning because nobody's ever going to name them after Pokemon. Well, there's going to be one guy, which obviously named these, but other than that, it's perfect.
I love it. I love to see it. Again, we talk about Pokemon coming to the mainstream media. It is honestly it's sweeping the globe anymore. I think it is more popular today than it ever was when we were even kids playing it. I would be shocked to see them not have more things like this happen. But at the end of the day, I enjoy it. I think it's fun. Plus, it gives us something to talk about, especially at the last minute when I am not prepared. So, 3 bugs named after the legendary birds. Battle Styles coming to a store near you, hopefully. Make sure you're getting out there and getting those cards. And as always, friends, that is what we have with our Pokemon in the news. Exactly. So, we are now going to get into what we're here to talk today about, which is the evil team of every single generation. Now, you only see 7 squares. There are 8 generations. Gens 1 and 2 share Team Rocket at the end of the day. So, we're going to be looking at those kind of from a 2-game point of view. But every good Pokemon game, every Pokemon game has a team of bad guys that just kind of suck. The point is really to just be speed bumps. We have all fought these grunts that have a single Rattata, whatever, Zigzagoon, Poochyena, you name it. They have one single Pokemon that is not very good most of the time. And then you have an evil leader who still generally is not very good. Kind of depends the game that you're playing on, but generally they're just like speed bumps. They're there for the story, of course. They're not really there to make the game much more difficult. So, what we are going to be doing today is we are going to be ranking these teams, essentially. So the way that we are going to be doing this, and because you have your list and I'm not smart, I am going to pull up your list here real quick, and we are going to be talking about the same team at the same time. So I'm going to be doing mine in order. And I apologize for this, Orange, because I don't know I don't remember what order I put them in. I remember why I put them there, I just don't remember what order they're in.
That's fair.
So I can then use your list to kind of, so we're talking about the same team and we're not like wrapping around. So
sure, that's fine.
Without further ado, my first ranking, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, is Team Flare. Now, Team Flare is from Pokemon X and Y. My understanding and why I ranked them here is because I feel like they're kind of the biggest a-holes out there in this team realm.
Okay.
They literally, I mean, they aren't the only team to, like, use a bomb. They aren't the only team to want to essentially ruin the universe. But I feel like, overall, they created the biggest issue in their respective region
That's fair.
that everybody has to deal with. Now, again, this is where we're ranking on completely different things. Now,
No, that's fair.
based on their looks, I think they look dumb. I think a majority of these people look dumb.
Well, of course.
But at the end of the day, I think the concept of them really was done the best in some of these games, and he has them completely somewhere else, so y'all are going to laugh when you see his ranking as well.
Oh, yeah.
But he has good reason.
I don't know
Correct?
about good reason, to be honest. Like, honestly, I forget a lot of Gen 5 and 6, and that's why they might be closer to last, because I didn't really... So, let me tell you a story here, friends. Criv was like, rank these, but didn't say why, so he kind of left it up to interpretation.
Yeah.
So, how I initially thought of it was, what makes the most sense to... almost like real life villains or real life organizations that I could see actually happening.
Absolutely.
So Team Flare, personally, honestly, I kind of forgot that they did that whole little thing where they're basically sucking the life force out of Xerneas and was it Wyvatol or whatever? And then they're like making bombs and they're trying to like explode the universe or whatever. But basically their MO is to basically create a new world with only them alive in it, right?
Right.
Which isn't like, that is like, I guess a lot of common evil organizations, especially in sci-fi, come up with that master plan to like New World Order. Like you could see even Team Galactic does it as well.
Right.
I don't know. I just like, honestly, like they didn't have very much impact to me. I kind of rated them also as like impact and like
that's okay.
how familiar they are to me as well. But
That's
I remember
completely
playing
fair.
through X and Y, and I just like I didn't really get it. I was like, what are these guys about? And then like at the end, they're trying to like suck the life juice out of that legendary Pokemon. I'm like, all right, cool, I guess. Like, what are you doing with that though? Like,
yeah,
I honestly forget a lot of that story.
No,
so
and that's completely fine.
Place.
This and my second ranked one also are where they are because I feel like they could have had the biggest impact that they could have just killed people. You know what I mean? For a kid's game, like they were completely fine just being like, "You're probably gonna die here."
Yeah, no,
it happens.
Yeah.
Whoops. You know what I mean? So that's kind of why I have them there. And again, the rankings don't have to make sense, guys. This is why we're doing this. It's for some fun. It's for something a little different. It's for the content, as they say. So as you can see,
pretty lethal.
Exactly. Orange has ranked them in his number 6 spot, which I could see as well. Again, I think you have a good argument there. They're not super familiar to you, and that's completely fine. And as far as their actuality as an organization, somebody probably could have stopped them well ahead of time.
Oh yeah.
This is not
like.
Yeah.
Wasn't like Lysander, like he was like a fashion model or
exactly,
something, right?
Exactly. Like he was a celebrity that everybody knew was doing bad stuff, and everybody's just kind of like, okay.
Yeah, like what the hell? What the hell, general public of Pokemon?
Exactly. So, that is our first evil team that we are ranking here. Let's go ahead and get into the second. So, that is mine. And
hello, your top 2.
This is yours. Exactly.
I love it.
So, Team Plasma. These were in Pokemon... Shit. This was not Diamond and Pearl. This was Black and White.
Black and White.
This was Black and White. I think I just mixed these two up.
Oh, did you?
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay, that's fine.
So, Team Plasma in Black and White. Again, the idea that they were bringing back the dragons. You have the Gestis. You have Lord N. You have which Team Plasma? That's kind of a good point. The evil ones, again, I think they were kind of up there. They were ready to freeze the Earth. They were shooting those ice blasts into the city in Black 2 and White 2. The original Team Plasma was pretty bad in it as well. Again, I think they had a blatant disregard for the kind of livelihood of people in the game. Now, I'm thinking Diamond and Pearl for which one actually set off bombs, because I don't think they set off bombs.
No.
Nope, Diamond and Pearl and Platinum were the ones that did that. But
that's fine.
Overall, regardless, I think these are some pretty bad dudes. I think this group had the best leaders, evil leaders. You had the Seven Sages, you had Colress, you had a lot of these other just evil dudes. I think overall, they had a pretty good structure, foundation that are keeping this team up.
Yeah, and too, because I kind of, again, I re-skimmed, like, reread these teams to just see what they're about, and I kind of forgot what Team Plasma was about. Apparently, like, they were being, like, controlled by the Seven Sages.
Correct.
So that's why they were probably so well-structured, because literally the Seven Sages were just reigning on top, and they were like, go, here, peasants, go, go fight, do whatever you're doing. And it was like a distraction for their evil plans, which I, again, don't remember, because I only played Black and White once.
You're fine. No worries. But I think also another reason I have them is because they have the arc that everybody loves, with the son, Lord N, coming back and ruining his father's plans for the good of it. The evil son that did not truly want to be evil, and I apologize, friends, for the dog in the background. The wife is supposed to have her. Regardless, the evil plans that were there, again, I think they had the best arc of it. I think they had the best structure. I honestly think they could cause a problem today. Like, in the real world. I think
they definitely could, for sure. And this is the only point, this is the only reason, really, why they're in last place. And I started from last and went up. And I put them there first. Because initially, when you're playing the game, their MO is, we must release these Pokemon. But here, let's throw one out and use it in battle.
That's a good
point.
And
we will fight for Pokemon. But also, we have them in balls. But they should be free.
That's a good point. They should be free, but we're going to use them till we can set all of them free.
It just did not make any sense, and nobody really questioned it in the game. Like, it made me angry. I remember playing like Black and White, and I was like, but you're using Pokemon to free Pokemon? That
you're willing to kill Pokemon? I guess that's the pain for the few for the good of the many. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of, I guess, that idea that they're willing to make some sacrifices for everybody else.
They're sacrificing the Pokemon's lives, not their own.
Some of you Pokemon will die, but it is so the rest of them can be free.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's, at the end of the day, where that one lies. Again, I don't mind them. I think they have the best structure. I think they could realistically be a problem, and that's kind of where I have them at the 2 spot. Again, I agree with some of your rankings here as well, and kind of why they fit. So don't worry, we are getting to those. We will get to my 3rd, which is your 4th.
Yeah.
Team Galactic. So, this is Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. These people set off a bomb in a popular park. They set off 3 bombs in multiple places.
Because they set off the lake bombs, too.
That's right. The lake bombs are the ones that they set off.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I have them lower than the other 2 because their leadership is lackluster.
Oh, it's
non-existent. You have these commanders that are just garbage. Like, it's kind of like, okay, who wants to be a commander today? Me. Okay.
You have a different colored hair.
Exactly. Yeah, you got red hair. All you. I don't love them. I don't think they're as bad as the last 4 that I have. There are 2 teams on here that I despise that you clearly love, but we'll get to those in a second. I think this is probably one of the less impressive groups overall. Go ahead and give me your reasoning for number 4 if you have it.
So, again, it's just like that weird middle ground. Like, it'll make sense when you see my top, like, more, like, closer to the top rankings. I mean, I just kind of put them in the middle because I was trying to do, like, realistic scenarios, like, how real would this occur? And it, honestly, like, Cyrus, the dude, the leader of Team Galactic, basically just went crazy, and he's like, I want to make my own world for time and space, and then he, like, hopped into the distortion world and, like, pieced off, basically.
Exactly. I think, and somebody in the chat just said it, he just gave a disregard for his team, which caused them to crumble. So I can kind of agree with that.
Absolutely. Yeah, like, he left them all in the dust. Like, he was so, like, you would never see him with his team. You would always keep running into him, like, randomly throughout the game, and you'd be like, where's your team? Like, he would be alone, like, wandering through the caves and being, like, talking about time and space and being weird.
Right.
So, I mean, I could see that as an organization, but it's not a great one. I don't know. But his MO made sense. Was I want to make a new world, and I'm gonna make a new world through the Pokemon that created time and space. It made sense.
Right.
So.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. So what we're actually going to do for here is I will let you reveal your top 3. You give your reasoning first, and then I'll give the reasoning for why they are near the bottom on mine. Sorry, the dog is being a pain.
That's okay. If you need to deal with it.
No, we're good. Okay, so explain your number 1. Hit me with them.
Okay. Again, my ranking system is how real would these Pokemon organizations be in the real world? Team Rocket's just the Mafia. That exists in the real world.
Yes, Don Giovanni.
Literally, they just steal for money, and then they steal money. And then they steal fossils for money, and then they just rob and punch kids. And, like, that happens in the Mafia, which existed. So I was like, this is... and Team Rocket. And I think I put them there because I also know them the best, because... you know what they're about. You know what you're getting into. When you see Team Rocket, you're like, okay, these guys are up to no good, and like they're just hoodlums and like kind of work for like a mob boss, basically.
I get that. I get that.
They're nothing too extreme and nothing too nice, I guess. But it's realistic. It's a realistic enemy to fight in a Pokemon game. There's a mob out there stealing Pokemon because they're worth money, so go defeat them. Like. Plain and simple.
So the reason I have them at number 5, and the 2 groups below them, I don't even think count as evil teams. Again, you do, but that's fine. We'll discuss here in a second.
Yeah.
The 2 teams below them, they are... anybody could have stopped them. That is my argument. Somebody literally just has to go, stop, and they'd be like, okay, you got me.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, this was a little bit, the build and kind of like the story arc for them was not great. It got better in the anime, but just in the games, there was no explanation why they were there. There was just Team Rocket was just there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, well, we live in a city. Naturally, there's thugs. These are the thugs.
Yeah.
And then it's
they rounded basically all the thugs that you would see in like an urban city, and we're like, we'll just make them all the same. Like, these city thugs? Yeah, they're also these city thugs.
Exactly.
It's like Nurse Joy, right? Like, you see her in every Pokemon Center. These city thugs are these city thugs. It's easy for explaining it to kids, whatever.
I don't think they exuded the same level of violence and an actual threat as a lot of these other teams do. Again, the teams on the top of my end would literally kill people and be fine with it. They would be like, no. I don't even think Giovanni could kill somebody.
Yeah.
I don't.
Giovanni would shoot somebody for sure, absolutely.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. He'd feel bad about it after. He'd only do it if he needed to. But yeah, no, I see like your ranking, like as it's revealed, it is definitely evil, and mine is like, what would exist in the real world?
And that's good, honestly, because then people are going to get 2 different viewpoints of how these teams should be ranked. Which I think two heads is better than one, right? Sometimes I don't know.
Sometimes.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, Team Rocket to me is not really evil. Again, it was back. They were created back in a day where this was big for a game. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this fit in with a lot of the other games of their time that were made there. Again, there was always like the Mafia's bad. That's always like a thing. And I guess now in today's world, I mean, blowing up bombs are real things.
There's
as the world evolved, so did the evil teams in Pokemon.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's very valid, actually. Yeah, because back in the day, all you had to really worry about in Japan was like the mafia there, which is called like the Yakuza or whatever, right?
Exactly.
So, I don't know.
Exactly. So, with that, we are going to get to your second ranking here.
The one that...
Team Yell. Hit me with it, Orange. Let's hear this one.
Criv, what is my ranking based on?
Realism in the... Realism.
Realism. And what is more real than just rowdy fans?
They're groupies.
Trying to be...
Exactly.
They're just groupies. Like, that's what they are. And I kind of love that. I also just love them because... Again, yes, they're not an evil organization. They're not evil. They're just rowdy teenagers and fans of Marnie.
Yeah.
Just ready to like throw down for her and be annoying. And honestly, that's what they did. They were annoying and in the game.
Yeah.
So that's why I put them at number 2, because like there are people out there that'll just be extreme for no reason and be, as this Twitch community, there's a lot of simps out there, and this team was just.
We can't say that word, Orange. Just kidding. There are a lot of simple people out there, Orange. Simple people. Simpletons, if you will. Okay.
But basically, yeah, that's because that's realistic. Like they were basically based off of like just rowdy fans, and like I think like based off like English football like fans who would just get rowdy in the streets after a game or something, right? So that's pretty realistic to me, plain and simple,
Absolutely realistic. Not terrifying at all, and I'm pretty sure
of course not.
Did absolutely nothing in the game.
Oh, they did nothing.
0.
They were just there to cheer on Marnie, and that's what they accomplished.
I think you had to fight like 5 of them through the whole game, which is fine. But as far as, and I agree, somebody in the chat brought this up, impact on the game was minimal. And
again, how much impact have rest of the other evil organizations had? You know what I mean? Like you said, Team Rocket.
Less.
It's just in the way,
They all these teams don't do a lot, but like Team Yell didn't even show up to the buffet. They're just kind of like, you guys got this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They have their own priorities. Again, they're not evil. They're not trying to stop and get in your way. They're just like, we're here when we're here.
I think the difference, though, and why this is the way that they are and why I don't like them, is that they are not supposed to be the evil people. Spoiler alert, if you have not played Sword and Shield, honestly, by this point, if you haven't played it, I'm not scared about it. The Rose dude is, Commissioner Rose or whatever, is the evil person. And I think this is one of the first times in Pokemon that they did not link the true antagonist with a team. He has no groupies. He does, kind of.
He does.
Not a lot, though.
No. They're kind of like... Yeah, it's interesting because you kind of go in expecting Team Yell to be
bad,
the antagonist, or bad in some way, but then they're just, they're just rowdy fans of Marnie and the 7th gym.
Exactly. So. I think now, okay, we're gonna throw a screwball in here, and I will tell you mine, and then I will tell you why, and I'll give you a chance to reflect. Take the true evil team of Sword and Shield. Where would you rank them? In my
the true evil
team, which is Rose and those weird people in the white outfits.
And am I doing realistic or am I doing your ranking?
However you want to rank them. It is completely up to you. Alina, I think Alina's the girl's name, and the other people that wear the white jumpsuits or whatever. So, in my ranking, I would put them probably in 2nd or 3rd place.
That's what I was thinking.
I think overall, again, he was willing to just kill everybody. And just the darkest day again, which is literally when like the world died.
Yeah.
Himself included. He was willing to just kind of go. And yeah, Alina does have the crazy eyes. If you watch the recent egg lock that we did, that was kind of scary.
Yeah, it was.
But like, I don't know. I would rank him and that evil team way up there, but that's where I think, and I think again, Team Yellow would be realistic. I absolutely agree with you. I guess Rose kind of is realistic if you look at history and like some dictators and stuff.
Oh, absolutely. He's super realistic because he's just a powerful man who is very anxious about the future and the things are going, and he was ready just to say, you know what, hard reset. You know what, I'm just hard reset on the world because you know what, we're doing this anyways. Yeah. I'm bringing this now to see and prove to you what's going to happen.
Right.
And that's I could totally see that as more realistic. So I'd probably put that somewhere on my list between like 1 and 4. I don't know, somewhere in the mix there. But for your list, honestly, number 1, because Team Flare, they wanted to rid the world of everything but still keep themselves alive. Rose was like, nah, just nuke me too.
I'm going with it. Everybody out. Everybody get on the bus. We're all leaving.
Yeah, exactly. So, realistic and also scary.
I can absolutely see that. I think I agree. I think he's just a dictator at the end of the day, which might get me canceled here. I don't know. Is dictator a bad word anymore? Whatever.
I don't know.
Screw him.
Simple.
I think it's a bad guy. I guess we also did say simple people as well. So, yeah. So I don't think Team Yellow is the true evil team, but I think for this case they are the evil team that we rank. So. let's get to your number 3.
Okay.
I said your number 3. There we go. That actually worked that time. Team Skull.
All right. Team Skull. Realistic.
Me and my crew, baby.
Because what they're just a group of like ne'er-do-well kids and a group of like trainers that could not survive out in the islands. So they formed together to like, be thugs and live. Like they're basically like an orphanage situation. I don't know why I'm doing this with my hands, but I am. Because that's what they do.
Exactly.
But that's super realistic. Like it's kind of like Lord of the Flies situation, basically, where they group together and they banded together to try to do what they can to stay alive, even if they had to, steal from trainers and traveling people. And as far as I remember, again, it's been a while since I played any of these games and really kind of gone in the nitty gritty of why these evil organizations are evil. But as far as I can remember, they were just like, I'm pretty sure the leader, Guzma or whatever, he's just like...
Your boy Guzma. Yeah,
your boy Guzma. Yeah, he's just there and he's like, whatever. Yeah. Like, he's just kind of, he's just chilling there. He's like, all these kids.
Yeah. So on my shocker, y'all can probably expect where I put these friends. The 7th. When I first played this game, that is probably the first time I went in and just said, this is just dumb. Like, at the end of the day, I don't like their design.
That was Team Plasma for me.
That was Team Plasma? Okay, I don't like the design. I don't like, again, they're kind of useless. Even their leaders, useless. And again, I know a lot of the other ones are as well, but some of them at least put up like a minor challenge. These are just kind of there. Just kind of in the way. Now, mind you, I didn't play all the way through Sun and Moon, so I don't even know the story behind them. I don't think it would even change my mind.
No, that's fair.
This is kind of why some of yours are at the bottom. This is why one of mine is probably there. Maybe they are evil, but in my opinion, they're just dumb. And I apologize if they're your favorite.
No,
not yours, but just, I mean, I'm saying to other people in general. If they're your favorite, you do you, but they're not. NFC, not for Criv. We don't play that game, but that's why Team Skull kind of sits where they are. So, this leaves one team. We are actually in the middle of this playthrough currently on Twitch with Pokemon Emerald. This leaves Team Aqua and Magma. Now, this isn't really a surprise, because if y'all can count... Oh, whoops, turned off the wrong one. Y'all should be able to see where they sit. I guess it's 4 for me. Team Magma, break down Team Magma for me.
They're like Galactic, but a little less. Instead of creating a new world, they just wanted to modify the current world, basically.
Yeah.
They either wanted to expand the landmass, or they wanted to expand the sea. Don't really understand the sea part, because you can't live just on the sea, but that's Team Aqua's problem. But basically, yeah, there's like a part of organization in here too. Like, Team Galactic was not organized, but I feel like Team Magma and Aqua were also very disorganized as well. It was kind of like makeshift. They're like, we're gonna make bigger landmass or bigger sea, and they kind of like tumbled their way to doing that.
Yes.
And then once they grabbed the orb and then they brought it to the place, they're like, yes, this is what we wanted. And then they bring it there, and then Groudon or Kyogre come out, or both in Emerald, I guess.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh damn, we effed up.
Wait, I didn't know this was gonna happen.
Yeah, right?
What do you want to do? We want to cover the world in water, but not that much water.
Yeah, exactly. But I didn't mean to do that. Can I take it back? Can you help me, main protagonist?
Yeah.
Whereas Cyrus from Team Galactic, he was like, yeah, this is what I wanted, and then just dived right in. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's why they were a little less in the ranking. I kind of compared those two in my middle slots.
I can see that.
And it's kind of realistic. It's not really realistic. That's why it's down there. So it's.
I guess you can live on boats, but at the end of the day, I agree with your unorganized point. Again, that's kind of why they're in the middle for me. The organization is just rough. I agree. They're just a bunch of people that are like, we want water. Yeah.
We want fire.
We want no water. Yeah. Like, essentially, that's what they're fighting. Water or no water. That's basically the argument here. When in reality, what they have is completely fine. And And exactly, somebody pointed out that Magma taking the blue orb and Aqua taking the red orb makes 0 sense. Also for the storyline, because that's not how that works. Again, somebody didn't do their homework. Maybe they just forgot to read the book. Who knows? But they're kind of underwhelming. I guess my thought is there's enough of them, and the leaders at least kind of put up a fight a little more than some of these other ones in here. So if you're in the gameplay, I think they create a little bit more of an issue. I don't think it's anything crazy.
They are very interweaved with the story. Like, you are following along their story. I would say one of the most interwoven Pokemon stories, I think, because really you're just kind of chasing them as well. It was really well paced with the gym badges, I think.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, they're just tumbling themselves the victory, and then they fail.
I agree. So, this is our evil team rank list here. Again, you got 2 very different opinions on each one. If you're on mobile, I apologize. This is not going to be easy to see, but hopefully us talking through it, you can kind of figure it out. What are your final thoughts on this? Where do you think a Gen 9 evil team goes from here? Do you think they come up with a good evil team? Do you think they have another... They have 2 in a row that kind of don't do a whole lot. Skull and Yell.
Yeah.
Where do you think they go? Do you think they break it?
Honestly, I would love to see a Pokemon game without like an evil organization. Like, I don't know if that would be too different for a Pokemon game. And I know that Pokemon likes to base their games on nostalgia factor and bringing back old things, and for the most part, like it's pretty uniform at this point.
Right.
So I'm hoping maybe it'll be a change, or even in Pokemon Legends that, like, you know, I would hope there's no evil organization in old Japan, or old Sinnoh, sorry.
Would it just be warring nations, potentially? Could the evil thing be instead of Japan, it's like Japan
war.
And China? I don't know who fought each other. I have no idea. I don't know history.
There was a lot of civil war in Japan, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, so maybe that's going to be the case, you know what I mean? And I don't know, I think that's a good point. I honestly didn't even think about that with Legends being the next one, because let's see, Sinnoh is Gen 4.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of technically an spin-off, I guess, but like it's, I don't know, it's another Pokemon game.
It's based on Gen 4 at the end of the day, so I think...
Yeah.
Puts Plasma... No.
I really hope there's not an old Team Galactic or something in there.
Cyrus's grandfather.
Cyrus's great-great-great-great-great-grandfather.
Exactly. Cirrus. Anyway, though. Yeah, no, so I think it's going to be interesting. I would like to see them personally... I want a just messed up team. I just want them to be complete ape shoot. Replace your vowels there.
Like, they just pull out a gun and just
like,
go to
I
town.
don't even care. Like, I know it's a kid's game, but like, they're already trying to get real with some of these bombs and stuff. Like, that is very historically driven.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see if you can up the ante, go for it. But I don't think Pokemon's gonna do that. So
we're not gonna see actual murder in a Pokemon game, Orange.
I mean, hey, they have murdered Pokemon in the manga before.
That's
so
true.
I mean, but that was also in like the late 90s. So things have changed, I guess.
True.
But like, that's what I mean. They gotta, mix it up a little bit. I did like the Sword and Shields, team. Like, again, I obviously liked them because Team Yell was just realistic, and then you had the plot twist team at the end. I see you smirking at me. But I really hope that they do something different for Gen 9 to come, and hopefully maybe if there's a good team, there's a team out there like fighting like the Power Rangers or something.
Oh, that could be fun. Actually,
they're like a team for good, and they're out like trying to be superheroes. That'd be really cool.
Right. Or here's a throwing a wrench in it: the Pokemon protagonist is actually a bad guy. You are the bad team.
Yes, I would always love to do that. Again, man, going back to Gen 1, and when that guy asked you at the Nugget Bridge, hey, you want to join Team Rocket? I was like, where's my yes option? Of course I do.
Pick your own storyline. No, I absolutely understand that. Well, this has absolutely been fun. I appreciate you coming on. Clearly, we need to work on organization a little bit, and we'll talk about that after.
Yeah, maybe next time.
Regardless, we gave, I think, some good differing opinions. We are actually going to get to some Pokemon cards here real quick, though. In case y'all have not seen this is one of the new tins at Walmart. Edelution's tin. I don't actually know what's in here. Probably nothing good, because that's normally how these tins work.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got a Vaporeon card. Woohoo! Free holographic. Yep, I've not even heard of this set before. We have the code card for those of y'all collecting codes. And we have 4 packs. Let's see what we got here. We got a Lost Thunder. That's there. I've never actually opened that pack before. A Crimson Invasion, Burning Shadows, and Steam Siege. We're going to go Charizard hunting here on the podcast. I don't know. Oh, you got... here's the good vibes. Okay. I have honestly pulled something good every time you or Chasey have been on here.
Oh, now you're putting the pressure on.
Oh, absolutely. It's your fault.
Now that you've said that, you jinxed it. You jinxed it.
Yeah, I just jinxed it.
Maybe you'll get a jinx.
No, I already know what's in here because it's a green-backed card, unfortunately.
Oh.
Oh, there is Guess the Energy. Okay, it's only... Oh, that was 4. Guess the Energy. Let me hear it, Orange.
Psychic.
No.
Okay.
Okay, Grass Energy. We got a Seviper, a Rotomdex, Escape Rope, Meryl, Charmander.
Charmander, we got Charmander.
Oddish, Sock, Shoe, Porygon.
Wow.
Dusclops, and a Alolan Rattata. Wow, that's disappointing. Anyway, that is what we got here, friends, though. So, again, a giant thank you to Orange. Orange, what do you got coming up on your stream? Anything exciting?
For 200 followers, I'm going to try and do like a little nostalgia stream, kind of like a history of OrangeCoconutt and where my favorite games came from and why they're my favorite games, and maybe we'll try and shuffle in some things from my childhood and try and show like my personality a little bit. I don't know. That's kind of what I got going for 200 followers. Otherwise, I'm just kind of playing Skyrim, playing some Apex, drawing some Pokemon for the Channel Point Redemptions, and hopefully getting back to the Nuzlocke once I prep for that. I keep meaning to do.
I see you.
But other than that,
very good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, again, guys, Orange's information is going to be below. This will not be the last time we have Orange on. Honestly, I love getting to discuss with Orange. He's a good person to bring through here. So you will probably see more Crivcast night runs here as we get going, just because that's where schedules match up a little bit, or later afternoon. We're going to talk about it.
Yep.
But as always, friends, I would like to thank you for coming out. Remember, keep spreading the love. Do what you can to make the world a better place. And remember, it is a great day to make it a great day. So, friends, we will see you in the next video. Make it a great one.
Bye.